this video clip, I'd like to focus primarily on the purpose of groups, how to establish a group, create one, join one, search for one, how beneficial groups can be to that connection, sharing, and collaboration on resources. And so the first thing I'm going to do is sign in. And then I'm going to, you can see here as I begin, I added a note just to kind of give me some guidance on the video clips that I want to do. And of course, I created that note using the the Chrome extension Quick Note, which I can then sync with Diigo and ultimately my Android to be able to identify and to access those specific notes, because it would automatically upload as an item. You can see here that this is a private note, whereas all my bookmarks here are public. And so what I'm going to do is to go to this section here that says My Groups. And you can see that the groups that I've established, there are several that I belong to that I've searched for and joined, and then there are a few that I've created for some projects I've been working on and so forth. You can see through here a lot of these groups are inactive now because the projects are finished, the initiatives are completed, and so but probably my main focus and my main connection through these groups are found in the following Diigo groups: Classroom 2.0, Diigo in Education, and you can see here Leadership for 21st Century Schools down to Ed Tech Talk, and these are groups that I belong to, and I frequently receive alerts either on a daily basis or weekly basis of folks that also belong to that group who post and who send to these groups really good articles, whether it be Web 2.0 tools, use of iPads, iPad apps, and so forth. And so let me just show you, for instance, the Diigo in Education group that I belong to. You can see as you're looking here at the specific, these are the latest post to this group, and I'll show you in another clip a little bit later on how to bookmark and then how to determine where you want to send that bookmark to which group. But you can see the members over here, the most active members for this particular group, the specific top 10 tags for this group. And it gives, over here on the right, it gives some specific information about the particulars of the group, how many members. You can see here over 15,000 who created it, and the fact that it's public. Now, if I wanted to invite people to this group, if I had some specific people in mind that I think would benefit, I can simply click on the invite people, and then I can simply choose from my specific Diigo address book, or I can import them from an external book, and then I can type a welcome message, and then of course I can then invite them to that. Now, if we go back to the management of this particular group, for instance, my alert settings, I want to be notified when somebody posts to this group, and so what I do is I indicate daily. Sometimes it's immediate. I don't normally do immediate, but it's either daily or weekly. And then I'll get an email message daily, and then I'll look through those, and then if there's anything particular that I find value add, then I will open it up and then bookmark it to my own library itself. And so so that's how you can set your alerts. But let's talk about the how to join a group or how to search for a group. And so I'm going to go back to my groups. And if I want to browse for a particular group here, I want to search. Been interested a lot lately in problem-based learning, and so I'm going to search for a group relating to that, and you can see up here the specific information about what is a Diigo group. You can create a group for your class, you can create a group for your school, you can create a group for your district leadership team, all of which the people that are in that network of community can interact with one another, can share sticky notes, highlights, can share notes relating to um, their thoughts and their ideas and their what they're thinking about as they're reading through and as they're looking at these particular resources, and it helps to create a wonderful repository of good resources, appropriate and applicable resources. And so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to search for a group, and I'm going to type problem based learning. And so this is a group that I'm going to hopefully find something that will generate my interest. And here's one. You can see right here this problem-based learning, so I simply will click on it. You can see that it's a Diigo community involved in project-based learning to share activities and projects and bookmarks. And so you can see the most recent post and how many members when it was first active, and then that it's public. So I'm going to join this group by simply clicking join. And sometimes you send a request to the owner, um, um, which is oftentimes appropriate if they've set some kind of privacy piece to it. And so that's always a great way to moderate, just to make sure that you don't let anybody necessarily. You may not want everybody joining your group. And then of course I got my my daily. I think I'm going to do a um, weekly notification on this, and then I just simply hit finish. And so now the group itself is going to appear in my groups as I go back to here, and you can see. And so I'll get emails daily, actually weekly, for this group to look at what are some of my colleagues around the nation and around the world who are specifically posting to this group that relate to PBL. So that's pretty much how to create a group. I think when you think about the purpose of a group, I'm currently doing a book study with The World is Open with several leaders around our state, and we created a World is Open book study. And so oftentimes creating a group is very beneficial for your specific stakeholder, whether it be in the classroom learning system or the school learning system or the district-wide learning system. And so to create a group, it's very simple. You simply come up here to create a group. Maybe you want to call this group Professional Learning Practices. Okay, and you simply want to create a description. Okay, and then you can create a category, schools and education, or education K-12. You can make it public, anyone; private, only group members can view, and then that's when you will invite people. You can list this in the search results, so if somebody is looking for this, they can search for it and perhaps request permission to join. You can make it open. Anyone can join as that PBL, that problem-based learning one just showed you. You can apply that way, or you can join openly that way, or you can apply to join, and some actually ask you to do that. And then of course you set parameters of who can invite, and then you simply create your group, and then you are ready to then begin accessing your Diigo groups.